Switching gears, though, we are looking now at an upcoming date here in this country. That's May 11th. That's when Christie's will be betting on the estimated $100 million art collection of Jurassic Park author Michael Crichton, to breathe a bit more life, hopefully, back into the auction market. Brett Gorvy is helping to oversee the auction. He's deputy chairman and co-head of post-war and contemporary art at Christie's International. So May 11th is the next big auction for contemporary art. I mean, what are you expecting out of this Crichton collection? Well,
the collection is fantastic. It is exactly what the market wants at this moment. A great provenance, work which was collected with passion, great intelligence, and very commercial. I mean, the imagery is fantastic, but it's blue chip artists. We've got Warhol, Lichtenstein, Rauschenberg, Jasper Johns, and within the collection, a truly iconic work, Jasper Johns' flag.
That's the Jasper Johns flag we're looking at right now. Now, Michael Crichton is a famed author. He did pass away. Tell me what that does to the artwork itself. When you are trying to get your hand around how much this is going to garner at auction, what does the story behind it mean? What does celebrity ownership mean for the value of a work?
It's less about celebrity. I think it's more because here was a man who was deeply involved with the art that he collected, but he also had a fantastic relationship with the artists. Jasper Johns was a very close friend of his. He bought this painting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he bought this painting in 1973 directly from Jasper Johns. It was in his own collection, and the collection is represented by many objects which come from deep relationships with artists. Mm-hmm. People don't know that, for instance, Michael Crichton is an authority on Jasper Johns. He wrote one of the seminal books on Jasper Johns and was responsible for a catalogue of a major retrospective at the Whitney here in New York in 1976.
And they were dear friends, too. Mm-hmm. Who knew? Mm-hmm. And tell me, to put this in perspective to the overall contemporary art market, because we do know that sales were down very strongly, as could be assumed, right, at the depths of the financial crisis in 2008. The sales were down 42%. Have you regained that lost ground?
Very much so. In fact, by February 2009, there was huge recovery, and that was the big surprise to the art market, was how quick the recovery came. What we saw, in fact, was the global market still being there. Our buyers...
The buyers were coming from Asia and elsewhere, but here in the U.S., what's the appetite
That's been slow. I mean, I think the true obsessive character of buyers is something which drives our market. Mm-hmm. These are unique objects, and when you have something like a Jasper Johns flag coming to market, you will get that obsessive character coming to the fore. But truly what we're seeing over the last year is the strength of Europe and the strength of the new emerging markets, whether it's Russia or whether it's Asia or whether it's the Middle East.
And now there in the Journal today, a front page story about the old masters and the record price of last year at $48 million for an old master that sold. I would think that it's the same sort of mentality in the marketplace. You go defensive, you go towards the classics, you go towards the blue chips. Mm-hmm. That's got to come at the cost of contemporary art. I mean, what happened to prices?
No, but I think that's, we're still talking about blue chip artists within the contemporary field. If you're thinking about Jasper Johns, this is a 1960s picture. It is not, you know, you're not talking about the work that was produced 2 or 3 days ago. So I think that's where people are going. They're very much targeting those artists who have long-term reputations, and there is acute rarity within this marketplace. People think necessarily that there's availability. The one thing which has happened since the market turned was the volume became much smaller, but the prices, and especially for the iconic works, have been even higher than in the boom period.
Even higher than in the boom period. Mm-hmm. So how much, percentage-wise, are we talking here?
Probably 20–30% higher on
20 to 30%
objects.
Higher.
Yeah. Because you have a lack of demand. Oh, sorry, you have a lack of supply, but the demand is increased. Mm-hmm. And there's also people who are coming into the market because they see opportunity, but they also want to put money somewhere. They see it as a place to actually buy an asset which has huge potential growth because of the rarity of that object.
But you're not seeing that spillover of new buyers, are you? Or are these still the, as you said, obsessives?
I think that there's definitely new buyers coming along, but I think people need to have confidence in what they're doing, and ultimately it's people who have been buying for some time or have good advisors telling them this is the time to buy.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that May 11th auction there at Christie's of those Crichton collections. Thank you so much.